and then we'll just post.
Okay, it's recording. Oh.
So thank you guys for joining. I am so sorry if you can or cannot catch me because I'm cutting in and out. But just a huge welcome to everyone if you're watching later. Margot, thank you so much. A couple weeks ago, we talked with Kinsey about recruiting from challenge groups. So something that's really important in recruiting from a challenge group is actually hosting a really strong challenge group. So I know that you have amazing success. We see you on the leaderboards every week, and I know that you're hosting really strong challenge groups, and that's your strong suit. So I'm so glad that you're here to talk to us about that. And I apologize. What is your rank right now?
I'm diamond. Yeah.
So you're on your way up there. So I see there's just so much success, ahead of you, and it's so much fun to watch your journey and just like strive for that every day. So I will stop talking and let you just run with it. So the floor is yours.
Aw, thanks. So I'm super excited about this topic because I feel like the best way, I love challenge groups, and challenge groups, I would describe them as they're my jam. Like, I fell in love with challenge groups when I first started with one, and it made all the difference for me because I've tried everything, and I've tried shake programs, and I've tried other workouts, but the thing that was missing for me was that accountability. And so I'm so passionate about running really strong challenge groups because it was the key factor that made a difference for me this time around. And so I have really honed in on making my challenge groups as effective as possible. And it's been really fun for me. So I'm so excited to share about this because I feel like it's something that I'm really passionate about. So I know it's late, so I'm going to give you, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not going to be as long as it probably sounds, but I'm going to give you 9 tips that I really have found that have helped me run strong challenge groups. And I'm going to kind of go off on a little bit on each of them, but hopefully it'll be really clear and I'll give you some really good ideas. So first of all, number 1 in running a strong challenge group, start well before it starts. Okay, so again, number 1 is start well before it starts. And what I mean by that is I think that sometimes it's easy, especially as a new coach, to kind of go on a whim and be like, okay, or even a coach that, maybe doesn't have as much time to pour into the business, but you've been around for a while. It's easy to kind of be like, okay, I'm just going to start this challenge group and then we'll see how it goes. No, I plan out my month, and I actually plan out 3 months in advance when my challenge groups are going to be. So that's my biggest piece of advice to you is in the beginning is to start well before it starts. Plan your month out. So plan out 2 weeks of advertising for your challenge group and then 1 week giving people to order. So you should be advertising your challenge group 3 weeks. I just held up 4 fingers. It's like 3 weeks before it actually starts. So that really helps me because it helps me build momentum. And then that last week that I kind of give that buffer week before it actually starts, I'll talk to you about this in a second, but I do the pre-workout week. And if people want to join during that week, it makes it really easy to add people into that because they can do the on-demand. So really, it gives you 3 weeks to really, in your month, to really add people to the program. So that way, if you're working on adding new coaches that month, that week, you could say, hey, well, come join in my challenge group this time, and they won't be missing out on much because they joined during the pre-workout week. So, so with that, plan your posts. I use, as far as like starting well before it starts, I do a lot of advertising just simply through doing transformation posts, mental, physical, whatever it is. I found that to be super effective in starting well before it starts because people are going to be drawn to you and your story, right? So that's number 1, start well before it starts. Number 2, I alluded to this, do a pre-workout week. And I know that a lot of us do a pre-workout week, but I really put a lot of time and effort into my pre-workout week. And it's the same every time, no matter what kind of a challenge group I do. And I'm happy to send that to you, Laura, so you can upload it to people if you want to see. But make sure that you're giving people meals, ideas, have them do their intros. So and their goals. So my pre-workout week looks like this. And like I said, I can send this so you can see it. My pre-workout week, number 1, Sunday, I have people I post an inspirational post and say, please click like if you found this page, and basically lay out what the challenge group is about. So usually that's a Sunday. Monday, I post, hey, it's a week away. Are you getting excited? You can't spell challenge without change, that kind of thing. Tuesday, I make a post talking about what the difference between a participant, an active participant, and an observer. Okay. So then I set the expectation that I expect them to be active in the group. Wednesday, I have everybody do an intro. Thursday, I give them meal ideas all day long. The whole day, I make about 3 different posts, pre-planned posts. And it's easy once you do it the first time, because then you just do it the same way every single time. So they get meal ideas and they get excited and they realize there's meal plans. Friday, I do goals. Saturday, we do our Saturday. And then Sunday, I do last minute, get them excited, and then we go. And what I found is that I have because I do that pre-workout week, people are excited. They're engaged. You don't lose them before it starts. You really have them thinking about what they're going to be doing, and there's a lot of anticipation, which makes running the challenge group super strong. And with that, with your pre-workout week, I'll send you mine, but people are going to be attracted to your vibe. So feel free to tweak it and make it yours, or use it as it is, but people are drawn to you for you. So make sure you add a little bit of your own flair in there. So that's number 2. Number 3, this is huge in running a strong challenge group. Create opportunities for them to be engaged. So I'm sure in our challenge groups, a lot of us, we do the classic post your food, post your sweaty workout pic, post Shakeology, Thursday, Flex Friday, those kind of things. Those things are really, really great. They keep people engaged. What I do is I do all those things in the first week, and then the second week, in order to keep people engaged, I throw in what I call bonus opportunities, and I found this to be super effective. And so on Monday, maybe I have them post, say for 5 extra bonus points, I call it your victory room post. So post your victory room where all of the magic is happening. Wednesday, I say, you get 10 extra bonus points for taking a picture of you getting a family or friend member to do a workout move with you. And then maybe do a motivational, tell us your why, during the week for an extra 5 points. So something that keeps people active and engaged and really thinking about the process, that has really helped me to continue to run those strong challenge groups. And don't forget about, having, prizes. It doesn't have to be big. It could be small. People just like to win something, and they don't care if it costs you $5 or whatever. They just want to win stuff. So, find little ways to make sure that you do a prize at the end and follow through. I've been a part of challenge groups where actually, or situations where, I thought I won something and I've never received it. So I know that sounds little, but make sure you follow through right away with doing those things. And talk to them. Okay. Talk to them throughout the week, engage them with their posts, which I'm going to talk about in number 4. Number 4 in running a strong challenge group is to be a cheerleader. And I know this sounds kind of silly, and I'm not talking about like, yay, you did it. Well, I kind of am, but this is so big, you guys. Use punctuation when you talk to people. Like, use exclamation marks. I know it sounds silly and elementary, but people respond to your excitement. So they're going to feed off of the vibe that you're setting. And so be excited. Celebrate their victories. They're going to feed off of you. So that comes to number 5 in running a strong challenge group. Not only be their cheerleader, but number 5, celebrate small victories. Okay. Because if you celebrate the small victories, those small victories are going to turn into the big victories. So let's say that someone had a rough food day and the next day they come back and they're 100% on track. Make sure that you are being engaged and you are aware of that, and you congratulate them on the fact that you are so proud of them for staying strong on this day, and they can do it again tomorrow. They can, that kind of a thing. Make sure that you're paying attention and commenting on things when they say things like, I upped my weights today. Cheerlead them through that. Celebrate that small victory, because that is, to them, that may be huge. So that's something that I found to be really effective is when I'm cheerleading them, celebrating their victories, and really looking for things to celebrate. I sometimes have people on my challenge groups, that, especially people who have been repeat challengers, that I get inwardly, I kind of get a little bit frustrated, because I'm like, you're like not really setting the kind of example I want you to for the other challengers. I'm sure we can all kind of identify with that, right? And but I've found that one of the ways to nip that in the bud is to really find their strengths and hone in on that and encourage them toward that, and say, let's say that someone has a really bad track record with staying on the plan and the fix. Okay, so I had this happen recently, and this person is just like, totally. I'm like, why are you doing this if you're not even staying on the plan? And then you're frustrated, that kind of whole circle. And so what I did was I noticed that was a problem. And I said, hey, here's my suggestion for you, because I know you are so much stronger than you think. I noticed you upped your weights the other day. And so in order to make that more effective, I'm going to give you a challenge for you to be on track for the next 3 days. And I want to see you do that because I know you can and you're capable and I'm really proud of you. So cheerleading them and celebrating the small victories. So recognizing, she upped her weights. You can be on track with your food too. It just takes a little bit of focus. Okay, number 6 is check in with your social media slackers. Okay, so number 6, check in with your social media slackers. I have had now 2 coaches come out of people that were not at all involved in my challenge group, maybe posted the first couple days, and then now they're running their own challenge groups, which is so cool to me and so frustrating in the moment, right? Because you're like, be engaged, but what I found is that you need to check in with those people and really stay focused and engaged with them, even if it's just privately. And sometimes I don't even hear back from them in the private message. And I'm like, what in the world? But then at the end I hear, hey, I lost 8 pounds and I'm so excited about this. So instead of looking on that with frustration, look at it as an opportunity for you to grow in the way that you communicate with people. So number 6, make sure that you check in with them. Don't just let them fly by. Because you never know what's really happening. I had a situation recently where I had someone who wasn't checking in, and I always give it maybe like if I don't see them post, I give them like on the 3rd day, I message them and say, hey, are you doing all right? I just wanted to check in and see how the fix is going. And I recently just had someone in my challenge group who was really, really struggling because of a death of a family member. And I had no idea, and they were struggling. They said, thank you so much for contacting me. It means a lot just to know you care. I'm going to jump back in 100% tomorrow. I just had to have some time to deal with this stuff. And that was just enough to give her the momentum to jump back in and be on track for her last week of the fix, which was awesome to see. And so to me, that is about more than just losing weight or getting someone to buy a challenge pack. That's really about changing someone's life and helping them get healthy. So check in with those people because they may need you to, even if they don't show the response that you want. Number 7, this is pretty elementary, but it is. Number 7 is to be consistent yourself. Okay. If you're not doing your workout, they're not going to do it either. If you're not showing up every day, they're not going to show up either. If you're not responding and you're not commenting and you're not posting, they're not going to respond, they're not going to comment, and they're not going to post either. They're going to feed off of you. You notice I'm saying that a lot. They're going to feed off of you. So you can't expect consistency if you're not being consistent. I know that we have all found like the magic of a challenge group, and that's why we're coaches, because it has provided so much accountability and consistency for us. So my biggest encouragement would be to you is to buck up and be the leader you're supposed to be in your challenge group and be consistent. So if you make excuses, then they're going to make excuses too. So the thing that I like to tell my coaches is that people want you to be in the trenches with them. I don't know. Just think about a time in your life when you've been in a really, what feels like to you, a big mountain to climb, and how much it meant to you when someone came alongside of you and said, hey, I'm going to walk this with you. And that's what we do as coaches. We show them that we're consistent. We show them that we can do it, so we know they can do it too. And we step down to their level and we walk with them to climb up this huge mountain. And a friend can make all the difference. And to them, this could be a life-changing, game-changer moment, and most people just want to know that they're not alone. So that's why we all became coaches, because we believe in it. So stay consistent, be focused, and really make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I switched these around. Number 8. This one I actually just added about an hour ago because of a situation I'm going to tell you about. Give your challengers what they need to succeed. So give your challengers what they need to succeed. They need meal plans. They need encouragement. They need the basics of the program that they're doing, and they need consistency. I'm going to tell you a story that just happened to me today. I had someone message me who I've messaged in the past, didn't actually mention anything about Beachbody. Well, no, I think I did actually one time. because she was asking me about my workouts. And then I just mentioned, hey, let me know if you're interested. But it wasn't like a hey girl message. It was like a conversation. Anyways, kind of let it go. And she always likes my posts, but I just felt like I was kind of not supposed to respond to that for some reason. And so I get this message today, and I'd like to read it to you because I think it's super profound. So let me just pull it up for just a second here. Sorry, you guys. Okay. So this is what it says. The first message said, hey, I'm thinking about changing my Beachbody coach. She lives in another state and isn't as active as I need. Are you available? I need someone closer to help and encourage and inspire me. And I know you're in Fort Collins and we're up there quite a bit. We could meet halfway. How do I update my Beachbody profile online? And I'm like, first of all, I was like, wait a second. Like, I don't do one-on-ones. This is not personal training. You know what I mean? I was like, how do I, I was like, something else is going on here, right? So we start talking. Okay. And I started asking her about if she was in contact with her Beachbody coach, and I explained what challenge groups are and all this stuff. And her response really kind of got me. So it said, I did a challenge with her for 2 months, and not only did I not lose weight, but gain 5 pounds. I was worried about the fix, and I asked her how she found her inspiration, and she said her coach did it for her. So I signed up. But I didn't realize that I'd be a part of a Facebook group, and the only support I'd get was just the group. And she's like, I left the group last Thursday. It's been 4 days, and I haven't heard from her. It was a waste of time and money. I need someone who's going to help me succeed and who's going to help me create shopping lists and menus. I feel like I just can't do it on my own. I don't know what's wrong with me because I can't find a nutrition plan to stick with it. Sorry to be so negative. Okay, the reason why I share this with you is because I was really frustrated for this girl because she did not get what she needed in her challenge group. I don't know what the coach is doing, and I don't even know who her coach is. And so I'm not talking badly about this person because I have no idea who they are. But as a coach, it's our responsibility to give them all the tools they need to succeed. Okay, someone could walk down the street and they could go to a grocery store. They know maybe I'm supposed to eat only 1,500 calories a day. They could go kind of try to figure it out, in the grocery store and eat, find food groups that add up to 1,500 calories. But that's not why they signed up with you. If they signed up to do something like the fix, they signed up because they want to have success in the fix. And so give them ideas for the fix. Use all those templates. So that really struck me today because I was like, she wasn't getting what she needed in her challenge group. And that's our responsibility as coaches, is to give people what they need so that they can be successful. So that's number 8. And then number 9, my last one, is to invite people the whole way through. So what I mean by that is invite people to share, invite people to stay consistent, invite people to be a part of your next challenge group. I always on day 15 of my group, I always make my post always contains, hey, you're doing great. I would love to see all of you continue to succeed. Let me know if you want to join in on the next challenge group. And I think that's why I have such a big retention rate is with my challenge groups, is because people are engaged. Like we talked about earlier, I'm as consistent as possible with them. I offer them the support that they need, and I invite them into the process of staying in the group. And so I have people that have been in my challenge groups I have some of them, 3 or 4 of them that have been in there for 8 months, and they're still working on their journey, and they still love it. And I would say that 90% of my challengers repeat at least 2 groups, and then some of them decide they're done, and and then some of them come back. So I feel like all of these things have really helped me to lead strong groups that are not just because the goal of a challenge group. Yeah, it's accountability, but it's to provide life change for people, right? So if you just look at it as a 21 to 30-day group and you're done, then you're looking at it the wrong way. So look at this as a way to change someone's life, help them set up healthy patterns and healthy habits. I don't know if you listened to the National Wake Up Call this week, but Jeff Hill was talking about how he actually read this new statistic that it takes 66 days to build a habit. So he's like, maybe we should basically rethink the way that we do things and the way we offer support to people. So that really made me think. It's really important to have a strong challenge group, a group that people want to continue being in, because if you're only running a group for 21 to 30 days, then that's not helping them. That's not long enough to help them build a habit. So you want to create these strong environments that people are experiencing life change that they can continue on and be successful in. So those are my 9 little points. I'll just go through them really fast in case you wanted to write them down again. And I won't go through all the things, but number 1 was start well before it starts. Number 2, do a strong pre-workout week. Number 3, create opportunities to be engaged. Number 4, be a cheerleader. Number 5, celebrate small victories. Number 6, check in with social media slackers. Number 7, be consistent. Number 8, give them what they need to succeed. And number 9, invite the whole time. So I hope that was helpful, and I would love to, if anybody has any questions or I don't know. So
I have lots of questions. I think I'm just going to throw them in the chat box because my internet's really spotty.
Yeah.
So one at a time. Let me start here.
Where are most of my challengers coming from? Most of my challengers, I would say 95% of my challengers come from my personal page. So, which is, and referrals. So that's the other thing in my challenge group that I always do. In my point system, I offer them 20 points for referring a friend, which gets people motivated because people, like I said earlier, people want to win something. They don't care what it is, but they want to win something. So I offer, that's my biggest point value that I offer is 20 points for inviting a friend. So I get a ton of referrals. I've only gotten a couple people from my like page, but I'm working on building my like page, so I'm hoping that will change. But most of it, I talked about this on the Team Hard Hitters call, but I have invited 3 people every single day to my network, pretty much since I started. And so I'm continually, if I add 3 to 4 people a day, then that means I'm adding 15 new people every week. So that could be upwards of 60 new people in my network a month that I'm adding to my page. So I think that's why I'm still able to kind of use my my personal page. So.
Okay. When you say that you're adding people, are you just like friend requesting a common, friend?
Yeah, I can show. Do you want me to show you what I do? Oh, she froze. She froze in a very. Here.
Am I back?
Oh yeah, there you
are. So when you add people, how quickly after that are you like reaching out and trying to connect with them? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, some people do it differently than I do. I add them to my page, and usually that's why I'm so big on transformation posts and why I post them a lot. Because I feel like that's what really catches people's eyes. So I really try to plan it so I do transformation posts 2 to 3 times a week or something that's catching. So I don't necessarily reach out to them individually, but I know that's something I'm going to need to start doing as I want to expand even more. So I really rely on my posts to engage people. So yeah. But I do try, as soon as they accept the request and I see that little notification pop up that they accepted it, I do try to go onto their page and like a couple things really quick, just so it kind of gets them, seeing that I saw their page. So.
Okay. In the chat pod.
Favorite prizes to give, and do you track prizes for your challengers?
Points.
Oh, points. Okay, so I give the Fixate cookbook a lot. I do fruit-infused water bottles. I do the Bluetooth headphones that are like $17 on Amazon, and that's really nice because it's free shipping because I'm Amazon Prime, so I do that a lot. I actually just, Beachbody just had that sale, the summer sale or whatever. So I bought a couple of things like a size hat and those kind of things I don't know. I think I'm going to keep the size hat because I like it. But I originally got it to give to my challengers. And those I kind of rotate between those. Or like I won that P90X package a while back. So I've given out 2 of the 3 programs that I got. And so yeah, those are my favorite ones. As far as points, I ask people to send their points to me on Sunday. So I ask them to send it to me through private message. And so that way I have it like in the messenger, and I can go back in at the end, add up all, 4 weeks of points. But to be honest with you, that's something that it's on my list to create a spreadsheet for, because it would make life so much easier if I just, put it in there. But I haven't done it yet. So.
Okay, let's see.
Do you use Facebook group or challenge tracker? I have not done the challenge tracker app. Bad coach. But I am so familiar with Facebook and it works for me. And so I know they keep saying go over to the challenge tracker. I tried, I looked at it, and then I realized I'd have to convert all my files, and I got really annoyed because I didn't want to take the time to do that at this point. But there are things that I really love about it, but I have not tried it yet. So I do it all through Facebook just because I love how it works through Facebook for me right now. I feel like I have a good system down, and I'm afraid to change it up. So how do you not miss a post in your group? I feel like I miss them all the time. That's a really good question. So the way that I have found for me has been most effective, because this personally works for me, so it may not work for you. But so what I do in order not to miss a post is I schedule 10-minute slots throughout my day. So right in the morning when I get up, I do my workout, and after my workout, I check in with my challenge groups for 10 minutes. Sometimes it doesn't even take that long, and I just go through and I respond to the post then. Then after my girls go down for a nap in the afternoon, I take 10 minutes and I respond to any posts I miss. And then in the evening time, I take 10 minutes. And oftentimes it only takes 5 minutes in each of those times. So it doesn't take that long, but I always, block out 10 minutes of my time to respond. Otherwise, I get I don't know about you, but I get kind of ADD, when it comes to nighttime. And so if I'm trying to sit down at night and respond to 35 posts, I'm like, oh my gosh. But something that's really helped me that I've done recently, because the food posts are the ones that really pop up quite a bit, I used to have people just post their food whenever they wanted to. And now I've asked people to start doing the food collage at the end of the day, which really cuts down on posting. So, and it helps, and I think it helps too, just for them not to feel so overwhelmed. So that's what I do. And I don't know about you, but I pin my posts for the day, my encouragement of the day, I pin it at the top, and I explain to people how to do that so that they always see that post too. So that's always good. And I always say to them, if you have a question, a specific question, make sure you tag me in it, because sometimes I miss posts. So I always clarify that at the beginning, tag me in it, or post it in the pin post of the day in the comment section, so I make sure that I see that. So that kind of helps too. How long are the groups you run? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, longer, shorter? Okay, so most of my groups are 3 weeks. I usually do, they actually end up being 4 weeks, because I do the pre-workout week and then usually 3 weeks of the fix. And then lots of times I leave the group, open for, for a while afterwards. And then, so usually the way that I plan out my challenge groups, it hasn't worked out this way recently, which I need to get back to it because I liked it a lot better. I do the pre-workout week, 3 weeks of the fix, and then if someone's doing a 4-week program, or the 8 weeks of PIO or whatever it may be, I tell people this last week, this group is still open to you. Feel free to post in this group over this week. I won't be checking in as actively with my posting, but it's open to you for accountability. And this is a good way for you to take initiative on your own and see how you can do it on your own before you start the next round. So, but I did do an 8-week, 22-minute hardcore that just ended last month. So, but that was long. It was really long. I mean, it was fun, but it was really long.
I run 4-week groups, and I feel like even the 4-week group is a little bit long. I was doing 3 weeks, and I feel like people they start to lose it. That last week, they're like, I'm done. So I think I might go back to 3-week groups, but
you're totally
okay, last
Actually, that's interesting you said that, because I did the group I'm doing right now is on its 4th week, and I did a 30-day countdown to summer, and everybody just finished the fix this last week. So, Monday was our stat day or whatever. And I have barely anybody's been posting today. And I'm like, oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it is the 4-week thing. Maybe they're just mentally, just checked out. So, and I get it, because sometimes people need a break from the social media, posting all the time. Sometimes I'm like, I need a break from it, but then I feel like I never get it. So I understand it. I'm like, if they just need to do it on their own, then they're going to have to fail forward or fail backwards and figure it out on their own. And I'll be there when they are ready. So. How many
Okay,
hours do you spend per day just managing challenge groups? Oh, I spend as little time as possible managing my challenge groups. I probably spend 30 minutes a day.
Postgron or
Yes,
anything?
I use Postgron, and I took a whole day, and I made my posts into like that CSV file or whatever. So every time I have it all in this Excel file, and then every time when I want to change a picture or change the wording, all I have to do is go to that CVS file, and then at the beginning of the challenge group, I just upload it into Postgron, and so it's all ready to go for me for the entire month. So what I do, I mentioned I get up in the morning and I do my workout because that works out well for me. And then I make sure that the only thing that I do before my workout is I make sure that I pin the post to the top as soon as I get up. And then I do my workout and then check in with my challenge groups just that way so they see it, for people that do their morning workouts in the morning. But as my team is growing, I'm not able to put as much time into my challenge groups. And right now I have I have 3 challenge groups running and then 1 starting my pre-workout week right now. And I'm like so overwhelmed. Like I just can't, like, it's just a lot. So, so I'm trying to figure out how to kind of narrow that down because it's a lot of work. And like I said, a lot of these people in the challenge groups, a lot of them are repeat. So even though I may have large and a lot of challenge groups, it's because a lot of them are repeats, which is great. And I'm glad that they're seeing that success and they want to. But just on a side note, piggybacking off of that, I also offer in my challenge groups every month for people to in the group say, hey, these if you're interested in having another workout to expand on after this, let me know. The 21-Day Fix Extreme is on promotion this month. So if you want to change your next Shakeology order into a challenge pack for $10 extra, let me know and I can help you do it. That's how I get a lot of my Success Club points. So I offer that to people, and I make sure they cancel their last Shakeology shipment, and then sign them up with a new challenge pack. As long as it's not in the same month, you can do it, which is really, really great. So
with the same email address?
Mm-hmm.
That changed, right, recently?
I think, in the last 6 months it changed. And I didn't even know that you couldn't do it before, so I've always been doing it. I didn't know. And so
I thought I did something naughty my first month. I did that.
You're right. I know. Well, I mean,
but it's fine.
I have people call in a lot too. And I mean, it must not be a problem because I often say, all you have to do is call in and say, I'd like to change my next Shakeology order into a 21-Day Fix Extreme Challenge Pack, and they do it. So that helps a lot. So like I said, as long as it's not in the same month, you should get Success Club points for it.
How do you determine who's going to be in what group if you have multiple groups?
I kind of look at my list and I put people, if they're repeats, I put people that I know are really strong and like post a lot. With new people, I spread them out over the 2 groups so that way I know that I'm going to have active posters in both groups and active encouragers in both groups. And then I kind of throw other people in there wherever they fit well. Or if they're doing the same program, I try to put them in the same group. Like most people are doing the 21-Day Fix, but I had this time around with 2 of my groups, I had a group of people doing Insanity Max 30, a group of people doing 21-Day Fix Extreme. So I put all the 21-Day Fix Extremers in one group, and then the Insanity Max 30 in one group, and then 21-Day Fixers all mixed in with both groups.
Oh, okay. So. I always just have one huge group.
Yeah.
They're all repeats.
Yeah.
But I think it's good, though, because they've been with me for so long. So
yeah,
it's helpful for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another thing. I feel like I love when the 21-Day Fix goes on sale because the Extreme goes on sale. So it's always a good say, hey, if you're up for another, workout eventually, you might as well do the 21-Day Fix Extreme now. And then that, helps you out, helps them out. And so with those big repeat challenge groups, it helps to offer that, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I'm going to have to go back through the whole thing.
What'd you say? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm tapped out. Brenly, I think you're going to have to go through the recording. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I will. I couldn't get my stuff to load, and I'm like half asleep anyway because I don't even know what time it is, 11 o'clock. Oh, it's later for you, Laura, isn't it?
Oh, man.
What am I talking about?
It's okay. No big.
No, sorry I'm late.
No, you're fine. Well, feel free to send questions my way. I mean, I'm happy to answer any questions that come up too. So
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Margot. This is amazing. Like, I have full pages of notes like that I am so excited to go through and do the CSV file, because I think you're right. I need to just suck it up and put in a little extra work on the front end to save some time later. So
yeah, it's worth
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yay. Thanks,
Margo.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Bye.
Yay. Thanks, Margo.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.